A question for you. Who has the most pass breakups in the entire NFL since 2018? It's also a guy who's fresh off a Pro Bowl, one of the best defensive backs in the game. Guys, please welcome to the virtual breakfast table a New York Giant. It's James Bradberry. What's up, James?
Woo!
Doing good. How about you?
We're doing great. It's Friday. We're feeling kind of loose. We get one of the best, most underrated defensive backs in all of football to come on the show. We're fired up. So, James, let's talk about your 2020 Pro Bowl season. Here's the thing. One of our best friends, Super Bowl champ Sean O'Hara, ex-Giant, lineman, big beard, talks a lot. He was co-hosting our show back in May, and he had some things to say about you, my friend. Here's what Sean O'Hara, Super Bowl champ with the Giants, said about your impact on the defense.
James Bradberry has been the stalwart outside. He's not scared to cover your number one receiver. You want to ask him to travel and play man-to-man anywhere on the field, he'll do it. You want to play some cover three zone, no problem. 18 pass breakups last year, second most in the NFL. James Bradberry is constantly making big tackles, knocking the ball down, taking out your number one receiver. I think he just made a Pro Bowl last year. I think it was his first one. I think he's set to make a few more the next couple of years too.
It's high praise from a guy who's very respected in the Giants community. Tell me, though, what's he missing from your scouting profile? And what are you bringing to the field this year that maybe he didn't mention?
Honestly, I don't think he's missing anything. I just try to go out there and make as many plays as I can. Like you said, I'm knocking passes down, trying to intercept passes. That's the name of the game, get the ball back to the offense. And I'm looking to do the same thing next year, make plays for this team.
James, you were in Carolina for a while, and you were drafted by a guy named Dave Gettleman. Last year, the Giants make an acquisition. Who's the GM who pulls the trigger? Dave Gettleman. First, let us know a little bit about Dave Gettleman. He's a very interesting figure in the New York market. Giants fans can't really wrap their hands around who is this guy. And then, how about the roster he's built and what you guys are excited to do on defense in 2021?
First of all, his personality, I would describe it as like bright and energetic. Anytime I'm around him, he's always smiling and joking and having a good time. So I'm thankful for him, and I love him for coming to get me twice. That's my guy. And as far as what he did in the offseason, he made some big moves. And I trust the people upstairs to make those decisions, and they made some great decisions this offseason.
Nice. I like those words about Gettleman. Sometimes people can be very, very critical of the moves that he's made, but if you look at what he's done, he's brought in some individuals that help change teams. Let's talk about Daniel Jones. There's a lot of pressure on this young man. People criticize him, and rightfully so. It's not like he's been perfect, but there's pressure going into him this season to be great. Saquon's back. They have wide receivers. They bring in talent. Tight end play is going to be good. He has the coaching staff. What have you seen, and do you think that he can rise to the occasion this season?
I think he's a very talented quarterback. I know you talk about he has a lot of pressure and expectations this season, but, we all do. He's going into his third year, and I felt that same pressure when I was going into my third year. The average career span of NFL players 3 years. So around that third year, we all start feeling that pressure. But I see a great quarterback, and I trust him with the ball in his hands, and I feel like he's going to make great decisions this year for us.
We're hoping because the team is loaded. I want to ask you about Saquon Barkley. Let's keep the offense talk going here. You're up close and personal with him. He's coming back. We want him to be comeback player of the year. What is his work ethic like? What does he look like in minicamp so far? And what makes him such a special talent?
The guy comes up here and works hard every day, to rehab his body and get back up to top peak performance. So I have no doubt that he's going to come back. Let me take that back. I don't want to put any expectations on his return with his injury and stuff, but I know he's working hard, and that's all you can ask for a guy that's has an injury and is trying to get back on the field for us. So he's done a great job of coming up here and working hard.
He's the best, man. Can't wait to see him. One of the strengths of your team, one of the obvious ones, is the secondary, and it's a really cool group now. It's yourself, it's Dory Jackson, it's Jabril Peppers, it's a lot of guys. I don't know how you feel about it, James, but sometimes in these great secondaries, you have, the quiet guy, you got the big hitter, you have the technician, and then you always got a chirper. And I know the chirper in your secondary, his name is Peppers. And listen to this clip of him going against the Cardinals, and he just would not leave Kyler Murray alone.
Keep K1 in that pocket. I don't want to hit him. I like K1. Don't make me do me, yo. I like him, bro. Don't make me do me. He almost threw me one, cuz. He almost threw me one. Damn, bro. Bro, we not the same height. Come on, fam. K1. Stop it, K1. Hey, K1. Cut it out, man.
K1, cut it out, man. Now listen, James, what are we getting from you guys? In other words, we know what we're getting from Jabril and all of you. When someone faces the Giants this fall on Sundays, what can they expect from this Giants secondary? What's the experience going to be like all afternoon?
We're still putting the pieces to the puzzle together because, we're just in OTA's mini camp. We just finished with that. So we're still learning each other. We're still getting that chemistry down, still learning the defense. So I feel like once we get all that down, we're going to be pretty good. Like you said, we got talented guys. When I think of Pep, he's our grit. He brings the intensity to the game. And, you just saw him with what he was saying on that video, man. He's always talking, always chirping.
James, you got Blake Martinez on the show yesterday, and there's a certain confidence, but also an excitement we could hear from him. We've got you on right now. It's kind of the same thing. You guys aren't jumping through the roof, but we can tell there's a budding confidence. Giants fans have been waiting for a team they can be proud of for many, many seasons, going back to the McAdoo era. Tell us why this Giants team, 2021, is one that Giants fans can be proud of and be anticipating to see in person when the season starts in a couple months.
I think first and foremost, we're going to work hard. That's what Coach Judge, he talks about every day, man. We're going to be gritty. We're going to work hard. We're going to be blue collar. And that's where you start. After that, you just got to put the work in and study film and the plays that come after that. So that's what we're starting at right now. We're just working hard and grinding.
You always do. He is a ball hawk. He is a Pro Bowl. It's one of these guys. We're going to be watching a game this fall, and we're like, James Bradberry made the big play. Remember when he came on back in June? We loved that dude.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for joining us, and go Big Blue.
Thank y'all for having me.